I tried to explain some principles. If you start thinking about those and get good at them, you can make up your own moves. You know, once you understand like the body contact points and stuff. So now we're going to go into like some specific positional escapes. Try to think more in terms of principles in these positional escapes. These are just examples that kind of demonstrate how they can be used, okay? So you kind of have to think on your feet a little bit. Like, feel like where his pressure's coming from, how you can use these ideas to get away from the guy. So let's take the first one, which is Kesa gatame, and we'll look at a few different ideas here. So, modified Kesa gatame with the underhook. So, either with the gi, or you can go on the collar here and make pressure this way. So it's really hard for him to turn his hips into you, right? Okay. If you don't have the luxury of grabbing the gi, the only reason we use the gi is it's real easy to grip. Okay, it's easy to get that. If you don't have the luxury of the gi, you can use this head manipulation that we talked about before. Okay. Now what we're going to do is bridge. We're going to drive his weight backwards that direction. Keep this leg completely flat. Before I do, I want to make sure that this elbow is in, wedging here on his hip. Then I'm going to bridge. My hips stay up. I'm going to shoot my hips out. My knee slides in the hole, and I start to roll this way. Normally, he's not going to want to get flipped over, so when he squares up, there's my opportunity to recover the guard. Right there, okay? But notice the head manipulation that we worked at earlier. Now, I can also use this position, okay? This position is fantastic against Kesa gatame because basically his balance going backwards is very poor, especially when I add this leverage of his arm here. He can't hug my neck and put his weight forward so easy. So what I can do here is if the guy's just chilling in this position, like admiring his handiwork, I just switch my grip, I go with the web of my thumb and the elbow, and I start sitting up on this elbow here and pushing him straight back. Once I get this far, he's going over. He can't turn his chest forward. Look. Just throw him right over. You don't have to sit him on your lap if you don't want to. You could just scoot your hip away. I kind of like to roll him over my lap.
How would you scoot your hip?
Yeah, very good. So I'm up here. I'll just kind of like move my butt back.
Oh.
And go on down. Some guys prefer that. It's just a preference thing. The main thing is he's not crushing you from the Kesa gatame. Last one we're going to do combines leg separation and head manipulation. This is kind of a clever one. So what I do here, sometimes in the position you end up maybe with your back a little bit away from him. This wouldn't be ideal, like off of a takedown or something, and the guy pounces right on you from here. So it's hard for me to turn that way. He's blocking my back and everything. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to reach up and get him in a little modified headlock here and grab the inside of my knee. It's hard to see what's happening here, but this manipulates his head a little bit, so he can't like posture up as much as he would like to. And then what we want is big leg separation here. Big leg separation in combination with the use of my elbow. I just push myself right over. And for you judo guys, this is your world right there. Okay? So those are 3 examples of the Kesa gatame position that we can use. Okay? So let's try those. If you have any questions, raise your hand. I'll come by and help you with it. Can you look at yours first? So is your back okay to do it?
Yeah, this Drew works with me.
So notice he's going to be doing this bridge at a 45-degree angle, but he does it a little bit different. He's going to actually bump the guy 45 the other way, but he uses the first bridge to kind of give the guy a reaction.
And this really works if you got a strong guy that likes to hold on tight and sit here and squeeze you. If he's got his hands posted out and he's got his hips down, this really is not going to work. So if he's holding me real tight, what I like to do is I'll use this leg and I'll drive into him this way, and his natural reaction is going to want to flatten me out again. So as soon as he starts to flatten me out, what I do is I take this arm and take it right over the shoulder. And what you want is you want your head and your shoulder touching the mat. This is the reaction you want right there. So again, he's down holding on tight. I'm going to drive, wait for the reaction. And you got to pop up and down.
Just that simple, right?
Yep.
I tried this before, and I always thought that it's just a strong guy move, but the thing I was missing was that first 45-degree angle. And if you don't get the guy to drive into you, he's not going to be off balance.
And also, if you notice, if he feels real heavy, that means you're not taking him on an angle. Like if I just take him right across my chest, real heavy. But if I take him up here, it doesn't take much effort.
Awesome. That's an easy idea, right? Let's give that one a try. Thanks, Tom. Now Warren's going to show you some of his magic. This is based off of the shrimp and plant position. Excellent.
Alright guys, so usually I set this up off the chicken wing when he's passing my guard. these couple of variations. So let's see, Max is cleared, and we do some of Tom's moves. I bring my knee in. Usually the first thing they want to do is push your knee down. So as soon as they touch my knee, I'm usually looking for a chicken wing. Now if I want to stop them, I'll clamp like we did earlier. Usually this one, it prevents them. Now if he's too strong and I can't make it happen here, he's really bearing down on it, I may have to let him go or let this go. Or if I miss this and he comes around the corner, he coming? Okay. So from this position, you know, you can, if he's not knowledgeable, you can just turn him. You can either finish him or he'll roll over and you'll finish him in the Kimura. Or he's there and he's kind of bearing his weight down on you. He's dropping, he knows this is coming. So from here, usually you can hatch it. You don't necessarily have to hatch it in, just stop it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive this leg into him. Buck him over to...
What principle did he use to roll him over?
What is it?
What principle did he use to roll him over?
I'm using this leg as a driving.
Separation of the legs,
Exactly.
right?
But he's got it, and I'm holding this leg so he doesn't base out. Now, again, just like here. So let's say he sprawls out a little bit. I can't quite get this. I'm not going to get this roll from here. He's just like Todd's move. He's got to be kind of up on his knees a little bit. He doesn't have to be spread. So I'm just holding this, driving this, turning that way. So I'm here. I just take this hand and replace it. This comes here. Just drive it to him. Finish from there. Okay, so.
Bridging with your left.
Yes.
Bumping with your right. Going on.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so back here, I bring my knee, he comes in, he goes down this way, he comes around the corner, he passes. I can't dunk him this way, I can't separate it, so I scoot out just enough. I drive here. If I miss this and he's coming around the corner, usually what I'm going to do is wait for him, or I'm going to help him get vertical. Neck him without rolling. Try to come back over the top to finish. So, how about next? So if he's here, and maybe he's tied, I can't buck him over. I was trying this on Drew earlier, and I missed it. But he's just kind of staying there. I'll scoot to him, and then when I get vertical, it makes it a lot easier to dunk him as well. So I guess the two to work on is he's coming around the corner. Actually, bring your knee. He comes immediately as soon as he touches your knee, because you know he's got to do it. Especially if you got him hooked. If I don't have him hooked, he can pop over real quick and I'll miss it. But it should be automatic as soon as he touches your knee. They come up and stick it. He comes around the corner. So I'm here, I just take my hand off, switch it, I dump over, and then the next one, he's already past that point, I missed it, so he's coming around. He wants to come around, and then as soon as he gets up there, it makes it really easy to dump him. Back to the car. Questions?
Cool.